What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be going over the bike that I use for deliveries. I use this bike for Uber Eats and Deliveroo, and I've been really impressed since I've had it. I've had it for about a week now. It is the Wau Bike, as you can see here. It's a beautiful bike, it's really well built, and I'm just going to be going over some of the features that makes this bike different to any other electric bike on the market. So as you can start, we're going to start over at the handlebars. So as you can see here, we do have the braking system, which is standard on every single bike. There's a back and front brake, so this is the back one on the left hand side, and then we've also got the front brake here, and then also I've got a throttle here as well. This is an additional add-on that you can add when you purchase the Wau Bike on their website. I think it's about like 25 to 30 pound extra, but yeah, I really say the throttle is a must-have if you're doing deliveries, because it just sort of gives you that if you're, say, at a traffic lights on the road and you want to try and keep up with the cars, I'd say that the throttle is something that you definitely need to have, just because then you can kind of keep up with the cars and you don't want to be having that slow start, so it sort of just accelerates you a lot quicker. And if you're feeling lazy, you can obviously use the throttle as well if you don't feel like pedaling. So the next thing I have here is the indicators. So obviously if you turn it to the left, it means you're indicating to the left. As you can see here, you probably can't tell because it's quite light outside, but you can see some sort of flashing light there. It does have a really good effect at night. Obviously if you're riding in the daytime, I wouldn't recommend relying on the indicators. I'd still use the hand signals because you can't really see the lights in the daytime. And then obviously if you turn it to the right as well, it means that you're indicating to the right. Just underneath here we do have the button to turn on and off the lights. So when you're turning them on, it does have these beautiful red colourful lights here. I'll probably leave some pictures of what it looks like at night, because obviously the bike looks the best at night because these lights are really do stand out, and they're probably one of the main reasons why somebody would actually go out and buy this bike, just because it looks so good. So let's turn these lights off. The next thing here is my phone mount, and this is a Quadlock out front mount, and I do use this one with my iPhone X. So with my iPhone I do have the case on the back as well, so that's the case specific. You can get loads of different cases on the Quadlock website. So I have the one for the iPhone X, but you can actually get ones for Android phones as well as other models of iPhones as well, and there's even some really obscure phones on their website as well. So I mean, if you don't have one of the phones available that they have the cases made for, they do have a sort of accessory that fits onto any phone, onto the back of any phone, so you can still use the Quadlock with your specific model of phone. But yeah, I really highly recommend getting a Quadlock, just because it's much easier to get your phone on using a Quadlock. Because I used to have a really cheap phone mount I bought for like £6 on Argos, and it really was terrible. Like I spent like 2 minutes after every order trying to get my phone back onto the mount. It was just really fidgety. You can get them as a bundle, and I'd really recommend picking them up. The case is really good quality as well, so you're not just getting a really naff case, but I really do like the feel of the case as well. And it obviously has holes for the, you know, the silent port, the volume up and down rocker, and then the power button as well. So I'd really recommend getting this. And if you do want to get yourself a Quadlock, I do have a discount code. So if you want to use the code ShaneDelivers10, you'll be able to get 10% off your order on the Quadlock website. So that's whether you're looking for the just the mount, or the mount and the case, or just the case. I am actually going to be doing a giveaway, so I do have another Quadlock out front mount here, and I'm going to be giving this away to you guys in this video. All you've got to do to enter the competition is you've just got to like this video, you've got to subscribe to my channel, and then you've also just got to leave a comment down below what your favorite kind of style of food is. So when you do order food, when you do order takeaway, whether it's from Uber Eats, Deliveroo, or even Domino's, just tell me what your favorite food is, and then you'll be entered into the competition. I'll announce it in a future video, maybe in the coming weeks. I might leave it about 2 weeks to give some people time to enter the competition. But yeah, you can get your a chance to win the Quadlock out front mount. Moving on to the next thing on my handlebars, I do have the color LCD display. It's probably quite hard to see what's actually on this display, but I did get this one because there is one useful feature with the colourful display, and it's the fact that it does have a USB port there, so you can hook it up. You can connect any sort of USB charger, whether it's a lightning cable or USB Type-C cable, and you can just easily connect it round to the Quadlock on the phone mount. So if you need to charge your phone at all, you do have the option to do that built into this display. So it does have a USB port, so you don't need to be carrying around a power bank or anything like that. And then on this display you do get the sort of how quick you're going, the battery percentage on the top left corner, and then you also get down here how long you've been going out on a certain trip and how much you've done on the bike in total as well. And it also gives you the assistance levels here. So to raise the assistance levels, there is these plus and minus symbols down over on the right hand side. So obviously to increase the assistance levels, you just press on the plus, and then that raises it to 2. It's probably really hard to see because of the sun right now, but I think the bike actually just turned off again. So I think if you just leave the bike, if you don't touch the bike for a few minutes, I think it just automatically turns off to preserve the battery, which is really good, I guess. So yeah, as you can see here, you can increase and then decrease the assistance levels as well. So it does go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then obviously 5 is the maximum amount of assistance that you can get while pedaling. And then obviously if you don't want to pedal, you can use the throttle like I said before. And then obviously I've also got another accessory here, because this bike didn't actually come with a bell, and I tend to use this on the roads a lot. So obviously a bell is not going to be very useful on the roads because cars cannot hear bike bells. So I do have this Hornet's horn, and it advertises itself as the world's loudest bicycle horn. I think it's actually dead at the moment, so I do need to put some more batteries in it, but it's really, I mean, it doesn't really look like a horn, to be honest. It kind of looks pretty nice on the bike, to be fair. It does have 2 settings on there, which is really cool. So you have like a quieter setting, and then you have a really loud setting as well. So depends which one you fancy. One of them doesn't really sound like like a bicycle horn or anything. It kind of just sounds like an alarm, so people aren't too sure what the sound is, so no one really gets out the way if you use that, because they think it's an alarm coming from elsewhere. But yeah, it does come with this little button here, as you can see here. It's quite small. You just press that to trigger the horn sound, and then obviously this is actually where the sound comes from, hence why it's quite big. So yeah, as you can see here as well, we do have a power button here for the bike. This button also, I think this button down here is the one that triggers the backlight display. You're really not going to be able to see it, but you can kind of see the screen get dimmer. So obviously if you're trying to preserve battery, you can make the screen a lot dimmer. And then obviously we do have the gears here as well. So if you press this one, this does make the gears go down. And then on the other side as well, which I actually struggled to find this when I first got the bike, because I wasn't sure where it was, but I did struggle to find how to raise the gears up again. But yeah, you just you press this one here, and it just raises the gear up. So you have the gear down, and then on the other side as well, you have the gear up as well. And then on the front here, I do have a front light here, which is the one that came with the bike. I'm a bit disappointed with the fact that it didn't come with an integrated like light that worked with the power from the actual bike. This one's actually a pretty cheap looking USB powered front bike light. Basically it does have a flashing mode, and it does have, you know, a standard light mode as well on the bike. I'm a bit disappointed with this one, but I do prefer having it here, because when you purchase the bike it does come up on the handlebars, but I prefer just to have it down here, to be honest. And I also have this other light as well, which is a bit brighter, and if I'm going down a dark road that doesn't have any street lights, this one is the one that I need to use, because it actually shows me what's ahead. This one just sort of makes drivers aware that I'm on the road. It doesn't really showcase what's actually in front of me if it's really dark, whereas this one actually beams light in front of me, so I'm actually able to see in dark places, which is really useful. But that's definitely one thing that I would like to see Wau improve in the future, just because I feel like a lot of bikes, especially electric bikes at this price point, have built-in integrated lights into the frame, like the Van Moof and stuff like that. And this cheap USB light is just a bit disappointing, to be honest. I do have the additional mud guards on the front wheel, and then obviously on the back wheel as well. So these ones are extras that you can purchase on the Wau website when you are purchasing the bike, and I really recommend getting the mud guards, just because if you didn't have mud guards, you'd be getting very dirty when going through puddles or even just grass and just dirty roads in general. It's just good to have these mud guards, and they're pretty good quality mud guards as well. They feel sturdy, they're well built, and they definitely go along with the design of the bike as well. I'm not an expert when it comes to bike parts and stuff, but I'll leave a shot of the drivetrain and the chain and stuff like that, and you can kind of make your own judgment to what you think is good parts and what you think is not good parts. But to be honest, I've had no problems with this bike at all. The chain hasn't fallen off once. I haven't had any problems with the brake pads or anything like that, or even the drivetrain. And then you've also got some really nice quality pedals as well. On the previous bike I had, the pedals felt really cheap, but these ones, they feel sort of like metal like. I don't think they are metal, but they're a really good quality. And then obviously on the other side is very similar, but obviously on this one it does have 2 key locks here, so that's where the battery is stored. So you do get 4 sets of keys. You get 2 keys for each hole, and then obviously you need to unlock it to get the battery out. And I'm just going to quickly show you how that works. You do get these 2 keys here, which obviously each key is for each different keyhole, and then you do get this like car alarm looking thing. So obviously on the front, on the top here, you do get a lock button, so when you do press it to lock, it does make a sound, and it makes 1 sort of ring to indicate that it's now locked. And if you come back up to the bike and you want to unlock it, you just press the one underneath, and it makes 2 sounds to indicate that it's now unlocked, and you can move the bike without the alarm going off. So we're going to show you what actually happens if you try to steal the bike. So if it's locked, so as you can tell here, 1 alarm means that it's now locked. And if I go ahead and try to move the bike, as you can see, it takes a second, but if you continue to move it, obviously you've probably got to use a lock as well. But yeah, as you can tell there, it does make a really loud sound. So to stop that, you just want to press the unlock button, and that now means it's unlocked. So yeah, it does make a really loud sound, so that will really put off people trying to steal it, because obviously if they try to like move it around and stuff, the alarm will go off and raise a lot of attention to the scene. So hopefully somebody would come in and, you know, stop them and prevent them from stealing your bike. But I do actually have a bike lock as well, which I use on this bike, obviously, because it's always good to have a bike lock, and then obviously use an alarm system as well. The bike lock that I use is the LiteLok Gold, and I think this is like the white charcoal color. I'm not too sure, to be honest, what the specific color is, but I'm really impressed with this LiteLok. I did actually find out about the LiteLok through the London Eats channel, and he does use this as well, and it's a really good quality lock. It's quite expensive for a lock. It's about £100, which, you know, you might think, what, £100 for a lock, that's crazy, but it's definitely worth getting because it is gold standard. It is a gold standard lock. And obviously I know there's videos on YouTube saying that this isn't a very good lock because you can easily cut through it. I don't think that's true. Obviously anyone who's trying to steal your bike, I mean, I guess it's not the most secure lock in the world. Like, you can get much better locks, maybe for a cheaper price, but you can't get locks that are as flexible and as lightweight, and it still does a really good job at, you know, preventing people from stealing your bike, because it takes a hell of a lot of effort to break this lock, and I still wouldn't say it's a very easy lock to break, to be honest. I'll leave a link to everything that I've shown in the video, like the Quadlock, the LiteLok, the Hornet bike horn, and even to the bike itself as well, the Wau Bike. And obviously don't forget to enter into my competition if you are looking to get yourself a free Quadlock mount, because I just wanted to show my appreciation for the support that I've had on my previous videos. So I thought I'd give away a Quadlock. Obviously, to use that Quadlock, you will need to purchase a case or one of those mounts to put onto the back of your phone case to actually use it. But yeah, I would highly recommend entering in that competition. Even if you already have the Quadlock, maybe you can just win it and then resell it as well, so you can get yourself a bit of money. But I just wanted to show my appreciation to the support that I've had on my previous videos. And yeah, and I've had a few requests on people wanting to see the bike that I use for Uber Eats and Deliveroo, so yeah, I thought I'd make this video. Anyways guys, if you have enjoyed this video and you do like the look of this bike, be sure to hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. Not only does it help me out, but it also helps you out because it enters you into the competition. And don't forget to comment down below what your favorite item of food is from Uber Eats, Deliveroo, any sort of takeaway or anything. So just leave a comment down below on what your favorite takeaway is. Anyways guys, this has been Shane. Thanks for watching. This is the Wau Bike, and peace.